Sometimes in life, you have to take educated gambles, and about 6 months ago we did exactly that when we were in the thick of Teddy's road to recovery. Amongst many hospital visits, we booked a flight for 6 months' time to hopefully be able to aboard a plane for the first time since Teddy's diagnosis and go and explore overseas again. And it paid off. We had a magical time in the south of France, and if you didn't see that video, I'll put a link above. And if you haven't already and you want to continue to follow our journey as we meander our way through life post-cancer, then please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We landed back on UK soil, straight back into one big cauldron of anxiety, excitement and apprehension. Not because Teddy was upending all his toys and creating absolute havoc, because the stickers on the side and a bag with his name on it only meant one thing: our little baby was off to nursery.
Good morning all, it's Thursday morning and we have just woken up and got ready from our first night back home since holiday. And we've got a big morning this morning, haven't we Teddy? Where are we going this morning? We're going to preschool.
Arthur.
Arthur goes to your preschool, yeah, and what are we going to see? Lots of new toys and you're going to make lots of new friends.
Look.
Yeah.
Where are you going today, Ted? Your first day at nursery.
And fetch some toys.
There's going to be some toys there, yeah, and you meet new friends. Sand pits and cars and slides. No?
Not for slides.
Oh, okay. If the truth be told, I had butterflies in my stomach all morning, searching in my head for every reason not to let him go. It's something I've feared for months now, and the day was finally here. This wasn't just the normal emotion that any parent feels when their child goes to nursery. It was different. We had spent the last 2 years having it ingrained into the deepest depths of our mind the severity of keeping our son protected from the risk of infection pre, during and post-transplant. We have been like two guard dogs watching over his every move and protecting him to the best of our ability. And yes, time has passed and he is a lot stronger now, but somehow we were now having to switch off all of those emotions, everything we had been taught, and Katie and I, the people that stood by his bed every second and watched him go through all the hellish things he endured. Were we actually sending him into a place which statistically is proven to be one of the most infectious places to send your child? That, ladies and gentlemen, is where my anxiousness in particular stems from, because a huge part of my makeup is telling me not to let it happen. But would that do him a disservice by controlling him like this? Who knows? Only time will tell. With that being said, it's the decision we've jointly made, so today he turns the next chapter into what could be a rocky journey, but hopefully it will be the key to a long and happy and healthy life. His hair was brushed and it was time to put his shoes on, ready for his first school picture. Say cheese!
Cheese! Thumbs up!
Thumbs up! Do a funny face, is that what you're doing? Wow, my boy.
I do fine faces.
There he goes. First day.
Okay.
Love you, mate.
I love you.
Good luck, mister. Proud of you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, mate.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's tough, ladies and gentlemen. That is extremely tough, and welcome back to a new video here at Life with the Bridges. Up this week, we have got a big and huge milestone being met as we have the daunting task of sending our son, who is post-cancer, post-treatment, post-stem cell transplant, into the lion's den that is nursery, where he will hopefully thrive and open up the next chapter of his life, but it also potentially comes with risks of infections and bugs that other children may have. And yeah, so in this video, we are going to be telling you about the truths and a bit of transparency behind sending your child post-transplant into nursery, because it's not an easy task. It is something that has very mixed emotions, and I think it's important we raise awareness to let all the other parents that have it to come or have been through it, or people that don't understand our situation, what it's actually like, because it's difficult and it's something personally I've struggled with hugely over the last 2, 3, 4 months, that even the thought of it happening. But yeah, we're going to go into more detail in this video, so stay tuned for another week here at Life at the Bridges. So today Katie is taking Teddy in for his settling in session at nursery, and what that involves is them only going in for an hour and a half. Katie's going to be with him for that hour and a half to basically familiarise him with what will be his new daily home. It's going to be extremely overwhelming for him. He's going to be roughly around about 20 to 40 children that are in the nursery. And for him, we don't know how he's going to react. We've learned one thing, that is to never doubt our son, and I'm sure he will absolutely thrive. But today is all about Kate going in with him, making sure he's comfortable, and tomorrow will be his first day that he goes in from 8:30, and I'll pick him up at 11:30, and he'll be on his own. But this is a big thing for us, guys, and I think if I speak honestly, I think it's a bigger thing for me because I'm the person who struggled with it, struggled to let go, struggled with the what ifs, buts and maybes. But Kate is very much confident in it is the right decision, and I back her and I back the situation, but it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, and it doesn't mean I don't worry. And so that is what we're going to delve a little bit deeper into within this video.
Okay, so I stayed with him for half an hour and then left him for about 45 minutes. And I've just had a call to say he's been playing happily, but I think he's just got a little bit upset and overwhelmed and realised that I'm not there. So I'm just going to go back and get him now. He's done really well. About an hour and a half for his first day. So yeah, I'm going to see how he's doing and pick him up.
Probably one of the longest hour and a halves in my life, but I think he's home. You saw Arthur?
Use the door.
You play with the dolls. And what else did you play with?
Games.
Wow, well done. High five, Diddy. Proud of you. Did you enjoy it? Did you like nursery?
Yeah.
Well done. Do you want to do some more playing?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
It's looking out there.
She's looking at you. She's saying, I missed you, Teddy. Did you have a nice holiday, is what she's saying.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. It's called Willow.
It is called Willow.
Give me a cuddle.
You're going to give Willow a cuddle?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so lovely. Oh, good boy. She missed you. You miss her?
I think we go outside.
Yeah, we can do that.
Come on, Willow.
My boy is back and he's having some potato, and I think it all went pretty well. He left half an hour early because he said he was hungry and wouldn't want to eat anything at nursery, but that is work in progress. But as a first day or hour, it's a good settling in session, so we're happy with that. Providing all goes well, back tomorrow for a slightly longer stint, but I will be on call at any point if he needs picking up. With some food now in, it was time to get this little man for a well-deserved nap as he was knackered. But then the potato kicked in.
Mommy, Saturday. Mommy, Saturday. Mommy, Daddy, Saturday. Baby, Saturday. Baby, Saturday. It's Mommy.
It's not Mum, it's a giraffe.
Mommy, Saturday. It's Mommy.
It's Mummy. Mummy's not a giraffe. What's a milky?
Mommy, Daddy, Saturday.
What a little pickle. But a good pickle to have, and the general consensus is today went pretty well. He was, as I said, he was meant to go in for an hour and a half. He lasted for about half an hour, and then luckily Teddy's cousin is in the same nursery, so Teddy had someone he knew and naturally gravitated straight towards his cousin. And Kate had the opportunity to actually leave them alone and actually leave the nursery, which wasn't actually on the agenda for today, and just sat outside in the car whilst he played without her being there. And then after about half an hour, he kind of stopped playing and realised Katie wasn't there, and then apparently got a little bit upset, so the nursery called Katie, and Katie went and collected him. So he's meant to do an hour and a half, he ended up doing an hour, which is absolutely a-okay in my books, because it was just a taster session to kind of warm him up to the full hours that he is meant to be doing. I'm absolutely okay with that. I'm more than happy to wean him into this whole process rather than chuck him in at the deep end, especially as it's me that feels a little bit harder to let go. So yeah, all in all, was a successful first day at nursery. It is time to talk to you about the truths behind sending a child to nursery when your child has had cancer or treatment, and the apprehension that it brings on. And the first topic that I'm going to talk about is just letting go. I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet purely because it's something that I don't want to waffle on. Some people might not find this engaging sort of content, but I think it's important to continue to raise awareness about the transparency and the truth behind being a parent post-cancer. It's something that I personally suffer with with a lot, and letting go is something that is at the forefront of my mind. Teddy, our son, has always been in arm's reach of us absolutely everywhere he goes, and we've always been able to protect him, whether it be as soon as we got discharged, we isolated him so nobody could come and see him, whether it be in a supermarket and somebody coughs, I can pick him up and take him out, not taken into environments that potentially could be at risk of infection. Like, we are in control here, and suddenly sending a child to nursery eliminates that, because what you're actually doing is sending him into a place where we know that there is infection, we know there is sickness, and we know there is bugs. So it's something that I really do struggle to get my head around. Now, this isn't something that we are controlling parents or anything like that, but you build this resilience in terms of mum and dad, myself and Katie, are the people at the forefront of this battle, protecting him and watching over his every step to give him the best shot of recovery. Now, to suddenly have to drop that guard and allow yourself to let him walk into a situation that could make him unwell is probably one of the hardest things ever, and I struggle with it hugely. I've always been so hot on keeping his hygiene and cleanliness around the house, which Kate is also incredible at, but more to the point, not letting him go in scenarios that could trip him up, and sending him to nursery is the complete opposite end of the scale. And that brings me nicely on to my second point, the worry. Now, this is pretty much an obvious thing. The questions that come into my head is he going to be okay? What happens if he doesn't eat? What about his energy levels? Is he going to continue to play and then just crash like he did with me when I took him to that soft play that time? All of these things that enter my mind as a parent, in all honesty, are probably what 90% of normal parents feel. And I'm not saying that we as cancer parents are in a different category to anyone else, but all I'm saying is that if Teddy got ill from nursery, it could potentially carry a higher risk for the health of our son. And so, because it has been ingrained in us for months and months and months and months that if he falls ill, it could be detrimental to him because of him not having as good immune system and a whole new cell makeup as a human, it is that worry. It's the what if, buts and maybes, and it doesn't stop it happening. And obviously with Teddy having an adrenal insufficiency as well, this is another problem, because obviously if anything happened, like he got injured, there is a certain protocol that we have to therefore stand by and take action with. And we have explained that to the nurseries and they're aware of it, but we are very acute and very accurate and on point with absolutely everything we do with him, and to suddenly hand that responsibility over to someone that firstly you don't know, but secondly that doesn't know either, is really tough. Like, we know his signs when his energy levels are weak, when he wants to just cozy up on the sofa and give him some potato, 20 minutes later he's absolutely fine. But if he's not eating at nursery, then this leaves him vulnerable. And so that is another huge worry, one of many that we're struggling with, and we have to kind of combat and fight to actually allow him to open up this next chapter and go to nursery. This leads nicely almost on the same point as number 2, the infections and sickness bugs. It is a known thing. Everybody knows where you can send kids to nursery or kindergarten in America, preschool, whatever you want to call it. It is a huge risk. Kids get it, especially going into the winter months when the temperatures reduce and the bugs and infections are rife. It is going to happen. And seeing how I felt and reacted to Teddy getting his first cold and seeing mucus coming out of his nose for the first time in months, it literally sent my stomach upside down. Now I know it's coming, and it doesn't make it any easier for us as parents to actively push him into this situation. Sometimes in my head doesn't make sense. And I can link this in with my 4th point. If it was my choice, what would I do? And I think if I had to make this decision on my own, I think the protective father in me wouldn't send him to nursery. I'd keep him under my watchful eye, keep him at arm's length within me, and go and show him and take him and educate him the way that I feel best necessary. And it's a selfish thing, because that would be from my perspective, not Teddy's, which is why it's incredibly valuable that as parents, myself and Katie have made this decision together, because Kate is very pro-nursery. She believes it'll be amazing for him, which it will be. She thinks it's important for his development, which it absolutely is. I really do agree with absolutely everything she's saying, which is why we've made the decision to send him to nursery, because it's the right thing to do. But it doesn't stop my anxiety and the past trauma flaring up, because all I want to do is protect him. And when he's in my control, I have control over that. Even when I picked him up for the first time in nursery this week, you look at the kids and they've got mucus coming out their nose. Some of them have colds. If Teddy gets infected with chickenpox, for example, it means restarting medication to address it, because his body may not be able to fight on his own because he currently isn't vaccinated. And all these different things are the kind of things that keep you up at night. And It's a real hard prospect to actually, hand over that control to somebody else and stop these worries. If we had to reintroduce meds to rectify a bug or sickness that had come from nursery, it would feel like we're almost making a back step, when actually we are now used to him being so well and going from strength to strength, mainly because he's progressing, but with help of the immunoglobulin transfusion we're having. To send him in a direction that could potentially take him and us in a back step kind of doesn't make sense. But that kind of leads me on to my last point, which I've kind of touched on, is the truth. Without accepting things like this, we won't actually ever beat cancer. Cancer will always beat us if we bow down to it and we don't send him to nursery and we live in fear and worry and stress. Cancer wins. And so the long and the short of it is that it is the right thing to do to send him to nursery. Not only will it better his social skills, his physical skills, his development, and most importantly, his immune system. I'm here and we're here as parents and have been up until this point to protect him at any cost in terms of damaging his immune system. But if he is going to live a successful, healthy and long life, he needs to build that immune system, and the immune system gets built by getting bugs, catching fevers, getting infections, and that's what we have to do. And it's going to come with, I would imagine, a certain element of stress and worry and problems and hospital visits that may occur. But what's the long goal? The long goal is that he's still with us in 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, and that's what we need to concentrate on. And so by overprotecting him would do him a disservice. So although we are going through these struggles as parents, it's important to remind ourselves that yes, it is absolutely okay to feel this way. It's not because we're overprotective or just losing our mind or need help. It's merely just being a parent and trying to do the best and make the best decisions for Teddy. And that is why we have made the educated decision to send him to nursery, in hope that it does help build his development, it does help improve his eating, it does help improve his immune system, and it's not going to backfire on us and we constantly find ourselves in hospital, or he gets so ill that it weakens his immune system. All of these worries. But as we've always said, we control the controllables and don't worry about things until they happen. And so that's what we need to do. So Teddy's nursery journey is hopefully just going to help him in the long run, and we will stand by that. But I just wanted to make sure that other parents that are also in the same shoes or going to be in those same shoes, to let you know that you're not alone, because I'm a worrying mess a lot of the time, and I have to control these worries a lot of the time, because otherwise I will end up controlling him and not in the right way. And that's important to remind myself and everybody else out there that potentially watch this video. So anybody that is going through this, wants to share their worries, pop them in the comments below, and we are all in this together. And this is what this channel started off all about, is raising awareness behind childhood cancer, but it's also now post-cancer and post-treatment. And this is a big milestone for us. Yes, it's 100% pride, letting my boy finally meet a milestone of heading to nursery, when over a year ago he was bedbound and we weren't sure whether he was going to make it. It's monumental pride, but it comes with stress, worry and fear. So I hope this helps some people. I hope you haven't found it overly boring and me babbling on and what have you. But yeah, bit of transparency for you guys. Anyway, let's continue on with our week. Did you have a nice nap?
I'll play hide and seek now.
Want to play hide and seek now?
Yeah, do it.
That was a good long nap you had, didn't it? First nap after nursery.
I want to see Alpha.
You went to see Arthur, didn't you, at nursery? You going to have your meds, darling? Good boy.
Hello, mister. You having a snack before we go to school? Is it yummy? We've got some banana, which was a hard no, but he likes the saurine bar, so just thought it'd be good to send him on his way with a little snack. And then we're going to go play with Arthur at school again, yeah? Not in all one go, darling. Little pieces at a time.
No.
Oh. Whoops.
But I really like it.
Well, it's not supposed to be for Willow. That was supposed to be for you. Oopsie. Ready? Let's do it. Where are we going? We're going to go to school again?
I'm prepared.
Yeah.
Good morning. It is day 2 of Teddy going to nursery. He went in on his own today at about 8:30 when Katie dropped him off, and he has lasted till 10 o'clock, and we've just had a phone call saying that he's had an amazing morning, been playing with animals, cutting, sticking, gluing, and he's just had enough. So I'm on my way to go and pick him up, and it's going to be my first nursery pickup, and I cannot wait to see his little face, and hopefully he is absolutely okay. So yeah, time to pick my son up from nursery. I never thought I'd say the day. Crazy times. I hope he's okay. Oh, I think I can see him. I'm half proud, but half so apprehensive. Obviously, I won't be able to film because of the kids, but we'll see in a bit. Look who we have here. Our little boy. Did you have a lovely day at nursery?
Yeah. Little boy.
You're playing the little boys. They're your new friends. I'm so proud of you, mate. We're going to go home and see Mummy now.
Mummy, I see you.
You can see her. Oh.
I see Mommy tiger mate.
That's what you were doing, weren't you? You were making noises like a tiger. Oh.
And a dog.
And a dog.
And mouse.
Proud moment, chaps. Very proud moment.
And a cat.
Let's get this little boy home and fed. What did you do, Ted? Apparently you tried some pear. Did you try some pear?
It's no pet.
No pear.
I tried a cucumber today.
You tried a cucumber today?
An orange.
An orange?
I tried cucumber and orange.
Okay, come back and feed you up.
Rabbit and fly
London Bridge is falling down. Where have you learnt that? Are you singing that in nursery?
Yeah.
What are you eating, Ted?
I got a dinosaur.
You got a dinosaur, but what are you eating? For anyone wondering, it was sausage that he's eating. This was a big breakthrough in Teddy's diet by eating his first bit of sausage since discharge. Good boy.
You're a superstar.
Yeah.
Push, push, push.
And me, high five. And with that big win, that is a perfect time to end that video. Thank you so much for continuing to follow our journey. If you like this video, we'd really appreciate you hitting the thumbs up. Smash the subscribe button if you haven't already. As always, a ginormous thank you to all of our Bridge family members, and most importantly, live for today, as tomorrow is never promised. Catch you in the next one, chaps.